The brass box was Princess Mary's 1914 gift to the troops with her embossed image on the front, and inside we have the little cigarette packet, and it actually says Her Royal Highness the Princess Mary's Christmas Fund 1914 cigarettes, and this was a gift to the troops, presumably at the front, 1914. Anyway, I looked at this some trepidation because the work I normally make might be about that size, and the Sunken Gallery in the Mac is considerably bigger than this here. So I was a bit sort of nervous about it. There's no way that I could compete with the imagery that already existed for it. The very dramatic shots of people going over the top, the trenches, what have you. So I had also been making some little maquettes of destroyed buildings, very loosely based on the cloth hall at Ypres that was destroyed. Very interesting shapes. I thought I couldn't possibly fill that downstairs gallery with my small pieces. So I thought perhaps if I enlarged one of these small maquettes, that would look quite an interesting thing in the downstairs gallery. There's no way that I could make this in my studio. It's far too small, and I couldn't physically make it. And that's when I met Marty. And Marty has been magnificent in making this because Marty never sees any problems. I'm inclined to see the problems of making something, and he sees no problem at all in making it. So, and Lorna Street being a recycling place, if you like, there was plenty of stuff to start off with. But the other thing was that I had also been doing some research on a soldier, 1914-1918 war, who lived in Larne called Robert McGuckin. There's a book of his diaries called It Wasn't All Sunshine, and that's how the title of this piece came about. It was what he said about the shelling, that men would like to have been insects.
I will try here to describe how I felt while I was awaiting for the attack to commence. First of all, I thought of the coming battle and how I would fare in it, wondering if I would ever return alive. I asked myself the question over 1,000 times, and something seemed to say to me, "Oh, you'll come back all right." Then again, I could hear a little voice inside me. "This is the last of your days on earth." I thought of my father, mother, brothers and sisters, and how my mother would feel if I never would return. As the time drew near, I thought of the sins I'd committed in the past, hoping God would forgive me. The officer told me it was exactly 3 o'clock and to prepare to go over at 13 minutes past 3. The boys started to shake hands with each other and wish each other luck. If some of the people at home could have seen them then, they would have seen true comradeship.
Well, this is usually the size of box I would make, or one of the biggest boxes I would make. The toy soldiers on the bottom are actually vaguely arranged in the positions that famous "What did you do in the war" poster. These are my glass crosses. I'm rather pleased with the glass crosses that'll be arranged inside this here. These pieces fit into here, so those pieces are. Not being really a person who makes installations, the things then that you can do with something like this, I thought if you were standing in the gallery space
on your own, looking at this, to have a sound component. And the sound component would be this very quiet voice quoting Robert McGuckin's words, the title of the piece, very, very quietly. So you couldn't, if there was a crowd in the gallery, you couldn't hear it. But if you were on your own, it would add to the whole, hopefully, the whole experience.
At times like these, men were wishing themselves all sorts of insects. And when there was shelling, it was common to hear a man say, "I wish I was a worm now."
People, I hope, will be hopefully intrigued by it. It has a slightly funereal thing about it, and I hope that people can walk inside it and walk around it, and enjoy is not what I'm not looking for them to enjoy it. I hope that it will make them, as any piece of art should do really, make them think slightly. And as I said, I could not compete in any way with what happened, or the imagery of the 1418 war. And this is my very small contribution to some sort of remembrance in my own way. I hope they wonder for a moment at it. I hope that they don't see it all I hope they go back and find something else interesting in it. I hope.
Dark cloud inside out till the morn.